All right, Shalom. This is the brother Tazabah from the GMS Atlanta camp. I'm going to start off by giving all glory, infinite praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that teach and they rule well. Salutations unto the Akim throughout the four corners that are putting their life on the line week in and week out. And salutations to the few women and children that subscribe to this truth and faith and sincerity, all charity and subjection, because that is the key. All right, I just wanted to come real quick. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. It should be fairly short. Now, as we see on TV that, Esau was finna come out with and declassify all of the UFO sightings and everything. When it used to be something that was, hey, you're a conspiracy theorist, or you're a whack job, you're a nutto, you're a weirdo. When folks spoke of UFOs, but now it's commonplace talk. It's a commonplace conversation. So now you're not so far out there. So when we were speaking on chariots 10 years ago now, hey, we were weirdos. But look at it now. Esau's confirming everything that brothers have been saying for years, starting with the apostles and the elders, man. So if the government can come out and tell you and speak on the strange things that they don't even understand in UFOs, what more for the scriptures, man? That shouldn't us speaking on the things that Esau was basically, he's verifying everything we saying. He's fact checking it. He's vindicating certain sayings of the scriptures, especially with this UFO. So if we told you of the UFOs years prior to Esau speaking on this, what makes you think we lying about anything else, man? All right. And with that, I'm going to just go ahead and jump off into these precepts. And, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. But I'm going to start here because when we spoke on the scripture, speaking on, World War III, the missiles, the chariots going to show up. People don't understand these things, but the Lord has given us the mind to break these things down to people, to give them understanding as to what times they're in the midst of. All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 2. It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with great fear. Who are they? The individuals that did not believe on the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah by way of his prophets, man. That walked past the camp, called us crazy, told us to get a job, go get a woman, get a life. Called us Power Rangers. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. And what is that fear? Because they know everything that these guys said was true. The UFOs are here. No, Yahweh Shah's here. That's that terrible fear because they know, hey, they had a grace period and they forsook it. And now it's only nothing but destruction coming for these people. It says, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. Whose salvation? The individuals that's teaching the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. The individuals that are following the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah to the best of their abilities, man, being you, women, and children. All right. It says so far beyond all that they look for. Yeah, because these people are looking for green aliens to come out of these ships, man. They ain't looking for the savior of the universe, the only begotten to come back on chariots to judge these people. They're not looking for that. So it's going to be strange. And the greatest strangeness that's coming to them is the fact that they really realize, like, yo, he's finna melt me with a chariot. Like, of course, there's a lot of Jays that's gonna get judgment by way of the missiles, and we're gonna get into that as well. But a lot of these people are gonna be judged by Yahweh Shah himself, and the scriptures say it too. All right, so let me go here. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah so cometh as a thief in the night. That's why that's a part of that strangeness. That's a part of that fear too, man. Because it's going to come out of nowhere. They never thought. The Lord and that big chariot as wide as the sky. You don't even know where it begins or ends. These people going to bug out, man. All right. So I'll go here. This is Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. Behold, he cometh with cloud. Who is that he? That's Yahweh Shah. And every eye shall see him. Every eye. And they also which pierced him. And those are speaking on to the Roman soldiers that pierced Yahweh Shah in the side, which shows you that that's a clear indication of reincarnation. because those individuals are back on the earth today. And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so, amen. Yeah, and we are finna get into that now, man. All right. So, with that being said, let me get 2nd Ezra chapter 13. Let's start at 2. Let's start at 3. All right. It says, and I beheld, this is 2nd Ezra 13:3. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong. That man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. Who is that man? Yahushua. When he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. See? That links right up with Revelation, man. And all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. When Yahushua get that look, because they know, hey, man, it's judgment time, man. All right? That's saying that you ain't throwing that, no, not today, man. All right? Verse 4. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice, like as the earth felleth when it filleth the fire. Yeah, because he's coming back in the chariot, and that chariot is going to be shooting concentrated fire, man. All right. And the Lord is going to be rebuking people with his word, man. And that word that's coming out of that chariot is going to be concentrated fire. All right. Because the Lord said he was going to melt you. Matter of fact, let me go here. Gotta get it, man. Then this is by way of thermal and nuclear fire and these missiles, man. By the missiles, which is thermal and nuclear fire, and the chariot, Salakia. All right. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 22, verse 20. As they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace to blow the fire upon it, to melt it, so will I gather you in my anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you. Yeah. Yea, I will gather you and blow upon you in the fire of my wrath, and ye shall be melted in the midst thereof. All right. So the Lord is telling you, hey, this is the spirit he's coming back in, man. By way of missile and UFO fire, man. All right. So-called UFO. It's chariot fire as we know it, man. All right. Now let's go here. I'll jump back. All right. This is back in 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. Yeah, and that's Esau coming together. They're going to drop everything that they're doing, fighting amongst one another in the midst of World War III. All right, because this is going to be going on. And in the midst of World War III, Yahushua going to pop up, and the people is going to be caught unaware. All right. And it says, from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. And that's speaking on Yahushua. So they're going to go to war. These nations are going to go to war with the only begotten son. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. See, it's being spoken of as a mountain in this particular precept, but in Revelation, it spoke as a cloud. But that great mountain, let's see. All right. And flew upon it. But I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven. I could not. So he looked left, he looked right, he looked east, he looked west, north, south, and it was no end to this chariot. That's why every eye shall behold him, every eye shall see, and they're gonna be in great fear. All right, this is the type of chariot Yahushua is coming back in, man. You ain't gonna know where it start or where it end. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. Because Yahushua gonna make them fight. Because Yahushua like a good war. I don't like beating up on cowards, man. I want somebody to hey, you got to get busy, man. You know? All right. Verse 9. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lift up his hand nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. Why he's sitting on a chariot? He ain't shooting guns. He ain't pushing a button, swinging a sword, pulling the trigger back. nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire. All right. So that chariot, Yahweh says, hey, this is the only way he finna speak to you, through way of a chariot. As it had been a blast of fire, out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And they were all mixed together, just like Yahweh said he was going to gather them up, all of those metals. All right. The blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude. So Yahweh is going to fall upon these nations, man, with great violence, which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up, everyone, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived. So Yahweh is going to take an innumerable amount of men, and he's just going to vaporize them, man. Just like you seen on World of Wars. It ain't going to be it's just like, what was this guy? He was just there, all right? Nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid, all right? So he said they were mixed together, the blast of fire. So let's get another precept to go along with that, all right? Because that's speaking of Yahweh Shah getting busy with his chariot. Now let's go here to Joel 3, and I'll start at 9 because he's coming, and this is all going to be happening simultaneously, all right? And I'll finish off here. This is Joel 3 and 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Hither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, also known as Yahweh Shaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. All right, so that's him gathering them up. He said, let the heathen come down, let them gather themselves. See, the Lord is gathering them, just like he gonna gather Jake here in America and melt Jake. He's gonna do the same thing over there to these heathens gather round about to come against him. All right. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, in the valley of decision. For the day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is near in the valley of decision. All right. So, jumping down. With all of this going on, the Lord only has one purpose for his return, man. All right. Verse 16. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake, but the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. Hey, with that, I want to end off by giving all glory and infinite praises unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rekakodash, double unders to my apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Till the next time, shalom.